All right, I'm here by myself. Just kidding. Somebody
I
almost
was I was
forgot.
gonna say, good golly, I did not. I did almost forget, but
And you've been talking about this pretty much all week.
I know. But look, I've been in a very relaxed mood all day on my couch. I was watching some South Park. I was watching some YouTubes. I just have been,
You just been chilling all day. You just got so
yeah,
chill that you're just like nothing going into my mind and
exactly,
nothing is going out of my mind. So
right.
anything.
It-
Look at that. Now you're
my mind,
yawning. You're yawning.
I am. My mind's full, man. It's just full, and I'm about to just expel it.
Well, now it is, but before you were probably just like, I'm just chilling. There's nothing really,
No,
nothing.
I meant my mind was full from the week.
Oh, I
I
see what
have
you're saying.
nothing left.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So how's it going, Alice? So let's just start off like normal. Let's talk about how our week went and our normal everyday chit chat that we do at the beginning.
I mean, my week was good. Nothing to really write home about. I just watched America Almost Burn in a matter of an hour.
It was pretty interesting. So I'm gonna be kind of like sidetracked real quick because I'm trying to get as many people watching as I can right now. So try to get. I want to get a lot of input on this because this is. I mean, not. It's not a typical. It's not a typical thing that people talk about. It's. I mean, it doesn't happen ever really here. So it's
No.
kind of been a while. I think maybe 250 years.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh man, it was a wild time. That's for sure.
yeah. So just to recap, in case people don't know or live under a rock or whatever, I can't even remember what day it was. Was it Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday? Yeah, it was Wednesday.
Yeah, the 6th. Or
Like
wait, yeah, Wednesday the 6th.
it was just a normal Wednesday. Everybody gets up and goes to work. The only difference is if you live in the capital or work in the capital.
Or or let's be 100% candid. Or you were able to be like, what is it, paid, not really paid, your accommodations were paid for you to fly out, so we'll just put that in there too, because that was a thing.
It's yeah. So like I was saying, besides Alistair's little rendezvous in there, but it's it's a normal day. Congress was deciding that that's the day that's set forth in the Constitution that, or not Constitution, I guess it is the Constitution, they abide it that way, that they go in and they pretty much establish who won the Electoral College and who will be inaugurated in 2 weeks. And so they went about their little business. Everybody showed up, which is shocking. You would never think that everybody would show up to work, especially when it comes to our government. But I digress. It's yeah. So and then they did their little tally ho, but then it got rudely interrupted by a bunch of freaking psychos. So I mean, let's talk about like what happened. So what a lot of people didn't know, but
Wow.
there was a big speech. What?
My headset went out for whatever reason.
Well, well, way to go. So, do you need me to? Do you need me to go back and say what I said? I mean, it wasn't too
I
exciting.
assume I know it exactly what you said.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So, like I said, it just kind of everything all hell broke loose. Pretty shortly after 1 o'clock, and to kind of refresh people's memory, there was a rally that morning.
Yeah, right after the president was just like, "Hey guys, you should go over there and just say what up."
Well, he said a little bit more than let's go see what's up or go see how everybody's doing.
I mean, I'm just giving the guy some credit.
Oh wow, that'd be a first for you.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Fuck that guy.
It was quite. I just remember. I remember because we were both working, and I just happened to look on my phone, my Twitter, because I look every now and again on there to see what's going on. And I said it showed
You didn't
protest.
delete your Twitter in protest to
Oh,
Trump getting kicked
oh,
off?
oh, God, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I'm so sorry.
Well, did you? I know since you ride the Trump train.
Oh, no, I did not.
it, but and I saw protest. I was like, oh, okay, probably just everybody going, no, no, they didn't win, no, no, no. And, well, boy, was I wrong.
Oh yeah, it was real fucked.
But, like, I didn't realize, like, because I was thinking, well, for every group, there's always those bad apples, there's always a bad in a group. So I figured, well, it's just a small number of people that are going crazy. This was not a small number of people going crazy.
No.
This was, I mean, I'm going to give credit to where there were people there that didn't do anything, but, and I like to use like when I split up groups, like I like to do the majority or the non majority. I'm sorry, but from the clips that I've seen, the majority of the people there were going crazy.
Yeah. But they were only going crazy until they got in, and then what? They took some pictures and fucking left because they had no plan. Nothing.
No.
They granted they didn't think they would get that far, I assume, but also I nothing, nothing.
Yeah.
Just a couple of snapshots. Some people stole shit. From what I don't know if this is true, but AOC tweeted out that her shoes were stolen, which makes so much sense.
Well, wouldn't you like to have a pair of her shoes?
No,
You could sell it to the highest bidder on eBay.
no, I don't care. To me, it's just it's basically it's a bunch of weirdos doing weird shit because they didn't think they would get that far. Oh, and then a couple of them killing a cop because Blue Lives Matter.
It's like I was like when you were to give you like real time when you were sending me the tweets, and I was like, it. I mean, there's obviously going to be people there, that are be able to handle this. And then you sent me the tweet where it showed people like bashing in doors
Yeah.
and windows. I was like, okay.
Uh,
I was like, come on,
yeah.
really?
I
Is
mean,
this
just a
really?
few months ago, people were getting their eye shot out just for being a part of other people doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
So,
And I, I, I don't know. It just got me so. I was totally shocked. I was so flabbergasted at it all that I didn't know what to say. Like there was nowhere to describe what was going on. I mean, you could say afterwards like chaos and whatnot, but as it's going on, you're just sitting there in
oh yeah,
disbelief.
I was literally refreshing everything. I mean, I know for the last like 3 hours of work, I wasn't working because I was just so put back of what the fuck was going on
Yeah,
in what's supposed to be like the safest place in the United States.
exactly. Yeah, and they were talking about like there was it is really bad, but I saw a meme that showed Osama bin Laden. He's like, so all I had to do was walk up the steps.
Right. I mean, essentially, yeah. Maybe with a few people, but
it's it's like I was just so
putting up nooses, a noose, putting up a cross,
that it was
chanting hang the vice president.
they
And
weren't just putting up a noose. They put up a whole gallows.
oh yeah, I'm aware, but I'm just saying like chanting hang the vice president, like hang Mike Pence, like these people are they will literally eat themselves so that the plan, quote unquote plan, is looking like it's going the right way.
Yeah. So I don't. I just I was so just taken aback, and I'm still taken aback by it. Because even as I think about it now, and I see people coming out in support of what they did, or people that I know that talk about like the support of what's going on. I'm like, how can you like even
Oh,
like
I've got family members that said that it was Antifa, the whole thing, except a like a message an hour before that was, yeah, we're patriots. And then after
yeah.
all the bullshit happened, they're fucking Antifa. I can't believe they got in. And it's just like, no, 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 no. Fuck you guys. Even Janine Pirro
Mhm.
it is on fucking Fox News saying it was not them. Fucking
Yeah.
own up to it.
Yeah, this was
And
not.
she's a bitch. I mean, she had a fantastic, just a great show to watch while you're homesick from school. But I don't know what happened from there to turning into a bitch on Fox News.
Yeah.
But
God. I've never watched her show. I don't watch Fox News anymore.
well, I
I
meant the People Court.
oh
That
well.
shit's fire.
Oh, jeez. Wow. No, but like it. You said something I was gonna comment on, but then you threw in the bitch comment, and it got me sidetracked. I lost my train of thought with that comment. But no, yeah. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. No, this. Yeah, people saying it was Antifa. I mean, I'm not gonna throw out the possibility that there were mixed like groups there, or maybe something. But this none of this falls on their shoulders because you know
No.
there was gonna be counter protests regardless of what it is. There's always a counter protest. It's not like Antifa said, "Hey, go bash in those windows." Hey,
Yeah,
go
I don't think Antifa's out here wearing Nazi shirts.
no, and moose horns and buffalo gear or
Yeah,
whatever.
that guy apparently got really offended that people kept calling him Antifa.
Did he really?
Yeah, from what I understand, I don't know if that's 100% true, but I was seeing some posts online that he was getting mad because people were saying that he was actually Antifa. Because apparently he goes around spreading the gospel of Q, and for him to then be accused to be Antifa was pretty funny.
I like my big thing. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can get this to work because I was trying to do it earlier. We were test running it, and because some people were saying like, well, how can Trump get in trouble for it? It's not like he, you know, told them to exactly go up to the Capitol and do damage and threaten the lives of people. Let's actually listen to what he said because if you even listen to a bit of that speech or parts of that speech.
So sad that I fell asleep during that live speech because on lunch because I missed so much of it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I took a nap during lunch.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna play a little bit here. It's like this is parts that have kind of been tagged off the show, like exactly what he said. And this isn't
Right.
edited because I heard the whole speech. Nothing about this is edited except for
All the Antifa edits.
no, yeah, it's an
CGI,
yeah,
live CGI.
yeah. It's just exactly what he said, just in different portions, and it's not like we're taking it out of context. So let's take a listen.
We're gathered together in the heart of our nation's capital for one very, very basic and simple reason: to save our democracy. We have hundreds of
Okay, first off, the democracy worked fine. There was nothing wrong with the democracy. You know,
Right.
they counted the votes. You lost. So, but let's continue.
Yeah.
I digress.
thousands of people here, and I just want them to be recognized by the fake news media. Turn your cameras, please, and show what's really happening out here, because these people are not going to take it any longer. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong. We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved. Our country.
Okay, another stopping point here. There was no theft either. I just kind of want to sit through and kind of like debunk everything he says as well. So
Yeah, I mean, it's been done and done and done and done. I mean, I just don't understand why people think that there was thievery when so many people, both sides, were just saying we haven't found anything. The stuff that we have found, it was small and negligent. Those people are getting in trouble.
Yep.
Like, go ahead.
It's just crazy. All right. Oh, okay, shall we continue?
Country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. We will stop the steal. We will not let them silence your voices. We're not going to let it happen. They've used the pandemic as a way of defrauding the people. We want to go back and we want to get this right, because we're going to have somebody in there that should not be in there, and our country will be destroyed, and we're not going to stand for that. For years, Democrats have gotten away with election fraud. Republicans are constantly fighting like a boxer with his hands tied behind his back. It's like a boxer. And we want to be so...
Like he knows anything about boxing.
Right. He's been in so many fights.
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to see how much part of this goes.
We want to be so respectful of everybody, including bad people. And we're going to have to fight much harder. But just remember this. You're stronger. You're smarter. You've got more going than anybody. And they try and demean everybody having to do with us. And you're the real people. You're the people that built this nation. You have to get your people to fight. And if they don't fight, we have to primary the hell out of the ones that don't fight. And
apparently, if you didn't vote for him, you're not really a person.
Right. Or you're not you're not on his side.
Yeah. So I mean, just to let you know, if you voted for, apparently that means me, because I didn't vote for him.
Me neither.
So I'm not and I didn't vote for Biden, but just to
Me neither.
So, I mean, but
because fuck them both.
Yeah, so good stuff there. Apparently I'm not a person. Let's continue to see what our fearless leader said.
And our election
Fearless leader
corrupt.
For like 10 days.
In the history of this country, we've never seen anything like it. Why wouldn't they let us verify signatures in Fulton County, which is known for being very corrupt? They won't do it. They go to some other county where you would live. I said, that's not the problem. The problem is Fulton County, home of Stacey Abrams. You know what the world says about us now? They said we don't have free and fair elections, and you know what else? We don't have a free and fair press. Our media is not free, it's not fair. It suppresses thought, it suppresses speech, and it's become the enemy of the people. It's become the enemy of the people. It's the biggest problem we have in this country. We will not be intimidated.
I don't know if it's the biggest problem, but I'm not a fan
Biggest, the most hugest.
Homelessness, healthcare costs, all that stuff. That's pretty big too.
Well, not to Trump because he lost, so his ego's wounded. And all of his like-minded followers' ego are wounded.
True. All right, let's continue. We ain't got too much longer.
Intimidated into accepting the hoaxes and the lies that we've been forced to believe. Over the past several weeks, we've amassed overwhelming evidence about a fake election. We have come to demand that Congress do the right thing to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. We're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you, and I'm going to be watching.
Newsflash, he wasn't there.
Right, no, he wasn't.
Yeah.
But a couple other people were, and I hear they're getting in trouble.
Yeah, but he didn't follow you, so that just shows the kind
No,
of leader.
he went and fucking hid.
Yeah, because he knew what was about to happen. So let's continue.
Because history is going to be made. We're going to see whether or not we have great
History
and
sure was
courageous
made.
leaders, or whether or not we have leaders
Really
that should be
made.
ashamed of themselves. And you know what? If they do the wrong thing, we should never, ever forget that they did. Never forget.
Yeah.
We should never
Never
ever
forget.
The Republicans have to get tougher. You're not going to have a Republican Party if you don't get tougher. They want to play so straight. They want to play so serious. The United States.
it's called straight because it's it's
The
kind of
right way.
it's kind of worked for 250 some odd years or less than
Right.
so
But
you
all
know
of a sudden, it's not.
yeah it's worked great for the other 44 presidents, so I mean
And it's worked great for all the other people that were, I don't know, just elected that was not fraud, because
yeah
those people didn't have fraud,
yeah so but we digress.
Constitution doesn't allow me to send them back to the states. Well, I say, yes, it does. And we got to get rid of the weak Congress people, the ones that aren't any good. That's going to be the end of the Republican Party as we know it, but it's never going to be the end of us. Never. Let them get out. Let the weak ones get out. This is a time for strength. The radical left knows exactly what they're doing. They're ruthless, and it's time that somebody did something about it. Make no mistake, this election was stolen from you, from me, and from the country. As this enormous crowd shows, we have truth and justice on our side. We have overwhelming pride in this great country, and we have it deep in our souls, and we fight. We fight like hell. You want to fight? You better believe you got one. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. Oh! Oh! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Yeah, calling it out like the LARPers they are.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's just kind of just a little bit of it. I didn't catch the one part where he was talking about let's go on and cheer our brave men and women that are in the Congress. Let's go support them and go tell them what we think. So, yeah. So what do you think, Alistair? What is your feeling on it all? Like, I want to know. No holds barred.
Well, before I go to that, let me ask you, how do you feel about, from what I understand, some Republicans moving to the Libertarian Party? Because their Republican Party is dead.
Oh, I think it needs to die. Yeah, if this is what it's going to turn to, and I'm still...
Do you want those Republicans in your party? Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, it depends on which Republicans there are. I mean, because
it's the Republicans, the MAGA Republicans, that are leaving.
Oh,
yeah, those are the people I'm referring to, switching parties because they no longer want to be a part of the Republican Party, so they're just gonna, I don't know, hang out in the Libertarian Party.
Yeah, they don't need to. They can go away for all I care, because the Libertarian Party does not stand for that. Because I made this big point on the on Facebook and all my social media. I'm like, as soon as you begin to do harm on the other, we live in a free country until that point. Until you start to, infringe on people's own rights and their own safety, that's not. So if you believe what happened on Wednesday was good, you have no business in the Libertarian Party. You have no business being in this country whatsoever.
Yeah.
So
it was a really, really sad day, and I was hoping that it would be an eye opener for a bunch of people close to me, and it just was not. It was more of a dispute, an argument over who was a part of it and why that was justified, like that kind of shit. It was unfortunately not the eye opener that I was hoping it would be.
What do you think about the eye opening for like members of his cabinet and members of
those motherfuckers did not want to be a part of his shit the entire time. None of them did. They all agreed up until it's no longer reasonable to agree.
Yeah. I was shocked at like some of the names that actually left. I was relatively shocked that like DeVos left. And
again, it's 12. It was what 13 days till he's no longer president. Like, what the fuck does it matter? These people like don't have a job in his administration anymore, so
True.
might as well distance themselves now so that they can have a job later. It I don't feel bad for any of those people. Fuck them all because they didn't leave until just now.
Yeah.
But
They
have you seen those? Did you see that last um the press secretary speech that she gave before Trump's whole thing?
no, but I did hear
Oh
about it.
my God, she looks awful. Now, she's a pretty woman, but she looks like she has been defeated. Her hair was flat. I mean, she said what she had to say and then rushed out.
Really?
It was like very unlike her. Not that she doesn't avoid questions, which she does she has as of late, honestly, but she seriously just looked flat.
She did
I'm sure that
not
she's
look good.
probably just like, what the fuck am I gonna do after this? Because who the fuck's gonna hire her?
Yeah. I d- man, it's just I just don't see how people can condone it. And that was the big thing when I was watching it live. And Biden came out, to his credit, of course, to his political gain too, to condone it right away, which is right. But
Well, that's his job.
yeah, that's his job, and he's gonna have to do that later. And
And plus, it was a super win for him.
exactly,
Didn't have to
yeah,
do anything besides come out and be like, fuck these people. They're shitty.
yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, yeah, look at that guy. He's already saying better things.
I like that old guy. I can't remember where he's at.
Right.
No, but,
I mean, I still haven't heard Trump talk about Nashville.
oh, yeah, that don't no.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
literally a bomb went off in a downtown city, not just some small town, even though
hmm
that would also be notable, but a fucking city
yeah.
and nothing.
Well,
That right there, to me, if you have followed Trump, I mean, after all those other things, like, why can't you be like, well, he clearly does not give a shit about the United States? Nothing at all.
I just, I mean, I've always knew he had a big ego, and I knew that he had to always have his ego up top. But I never, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm giving him credit or anything, but like, I never thought it was this big.
You
I
don't
mean,
put your name on buildings and big
yeah.
ass letters and not have an ego to where if it's not about you, it doesn't fucking matter.
I mean, there's still, I mean, I'm trying to trying to think of an example, but I don't
There's
know.
nothing there. He's an asshole, and he always has been an asshole. Ask the kids that he put a fucking full page paper out on
True.
that were
Yeah.
not convicted. It was innocent, and he said they should still serve their sentence just because.
What was it, the Central
Like,
Park 4 or something
yeah,
like that? Yeah. I forgot about
nothing.
that.
They didn't do anything wrong. Wrong place at the wrong time.
It's, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I believe in like sunshine and rainbows all the time, but I mean, this really strikes at the core of what this country is about. Because it really, I mean, it really threw me for a loop. I never once thought in my lifetime that there would be a violent mob going to the capital of our country, which I love very dearly, no matter how much I disdain the government. It's still the best place in the world, in my opinion. And do this.
How
I
do you
mean,
feel about the Dixie flag being walked
dude,
through those halls?
I saw a tweet. I said the closest that the flag ever got to D.C. in the Civil War was Richmond, and in one fell swoop, they made it there in
Yep.
an hour.
Yeah. I mean, literally a traitor flag
Yeah,
being walked through the United States Capitol
and I,
by traitors, which makes it's just fucking hilarious.
I just, well, it's not hilarious, man. It's really sad.
You know what I mean? It's fucking
Yeah,
oxymoronic.
yeah, and I mean, I understand like people. And we've had this conversation endless times when it comes to the Confederate flag and all that stuff. But like, yeah, you could fly it, but like, don't you know like what it represents? Yes, it represents the South, and you know I live a more Southern style living than most people around here, but I don't advocate for keeping slaves. I don't advocate for
Or keeping slaves, or you don't advocate for keeping slaves, because there's nothing more to that.
it's.
There's
Well,
nothing more to that
it
flag.
also means tearing apart the country and secessioning and committing treason and sedition to the
To keep
country.
slaves,
Yeah,
because they were just like, these are, well, I spend my hard-earned money on these people.
and I'm all for states' rights, but no, it's just.
I am too, but I'm also more for people's rights
That's what I'm saying.
and people.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
But
it just gets me so.
I hate that flag
I know you do.
very much so.
We've had so many
Because
discussions on it, and
I mean, I see somebody have that flag near them or in their general vicinity, and I just assume you either really, really, really like the Dukes of Hazzard, or you're a racist. Those are your two options. There's no other options in my mind for that. I don't give a shit about Southern pride, because if you want to have Southern pride, your American pride should come before that 100%.
yeah, I'd, I don't. I don't. It's just like I'm like right now. I'm stuttering to figure out what to say because I just never would have thought that this moment. Like I remember I'll never forget sitting there at my desk working here, and I'm looking on my phone, and then I turned it on my TV,
And
I would,
all the tweets that I was sending you.
yeah, it's just. I'm like, what is really as it come to? Is it really that bad? I mean, is this country really that bad to where you think we need to storm the Capitol to
Don't you know it's ran by lizard people, Satanist pedophiles?
Yeah, of course it is.
So clearly they found, I don't know, maybe they were looking for evidence.
I mean, I know. I mean, the country has its faults. I mean, but
But
is it really that bad though?
no, we are in an incredible place to be. Out of the entire world, I mean, there's very few other places I would rather be.
It's.
I guess, yeah.
I knew what you were about to say, but I like, it's just an election. I mean, if it's gotten to the point where you're afraid of who wins the presidency, then there needs to be something done to the presidency office, but not to the government. If you're that concerned with who is president, because it used to be nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody cared who the president was. The president was just the guy that signed the bills.
Yep, and sometimes bombs countries.
Yeah. And that started with Vietnam, and that's a whole other freaking discussion with war powers and all that freaking crap.
But you know what I meant.
I know.
Usually they're just a boring person.
Exactly.
That your flaws that you can find is that they wore a tan suit once, and you were very upset about that.
God, so dumb. Well, it's just...
Granted, there were other problems that he caused, but I'm just still harping on the tan suit thing.
Yeah, I know.
I worked at a place that the owner was livid that this man wore a tan suit, and it made no sense to me.
It made no sense to most common sense people.
What the fuck did it matter? It was a tan suit. But besides that, I know what you meant about the presidents. Like,
go ahead.
They are not ever Trump, is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
At. They were never, I have my name on buildings.
Mm-hmm. But my problem like, the president's supposed to be a representation of the people. You want the president to be almost a perfect citizen, perfect representation of what the perfect American citizen is. You don't want
Suit
to.
and all.
What?
I said tan suit and all.
Yeah, dancing and all. And, I mean, say what you want about Obama, he was a pretty good representation of what the country was about. I mean, he was likable. He was joking. He didn't take himself too seriously. He was kind of an everyday guy.
Yeah.
And so was Bush. Bush was the same way. He's a little, he had his Bush moments and stuff, but it was.
Yeah,
he didn't-
shame.
Yeah,
Fool me once.
God, yeah.
Fool me twice. Don't get fooled again.
Yeah, you're not gonna fool me anymore.
Oh, Jesus.
But they're not. You come to believe that that's a good person, and you come to believe that they're believing what's best for the country, and they're doing what they think is right for the country, not for themselves. They're complete, almost selfless in their acts. Sometimes it's something they can do can sometimes be construed as selfish, but they're doing it in a selfless manner that if we do this, it's for the betterment of the country.
Right.
I have never once in this 4 years thought of anything that Trump has done was selfless at all.
No,
he did
you're right.
He did do good things with criminal justice reform. I will give him credit for that.
Yeah, but did he do that? Was that something he thought we should do? The answer is no. The answer is no, because you cannot go from putting a full page paper out for innocent people
True.
to innocent people are innocent. Come on.
Yeah. And
Fuck that guy.
And this just shows how selfless it is. He's so selfless. So selfish, excuse me. In fact, that he'll tell other people, go do this. Do your dirt. Go show them. Be strong, as he says. Take back what's ours. It's never been yours. Never been Trump's.
I have an issue with the way I voted in 2016. I voted for Trump over Hillary, but at least one of my predictions was right.
Okay.
I assumed he would be the lesser of two evils. I think she would have done something shady and it wouldn't have been found out for a while. And I assumed he would have done shady shit and it would have been public. And I was fucking right about that.
That's true.
That is why I voted for him over Hillary. Because I knew, I had a feeling, because I'm not a fucking psychic, but I had a feeling that his fuck-ups would be public. That would be less detrimental in my eyes than a secret fuck-up. Though I didn't know this shit was going to happen. I didn't think there was going to be fucking conspiracy nutholes that wear their, what was it, Nazi camp or whatever the fuck those shirts were. 62 million were not enough shirts to the fucking Capitol to get into the Capitol and fuck shit up. Could have never guessed that one.
And let's talk about the word patriot too. These people, because I've seen the tweets, I've seen people talking about it, calling these people patriots. I'm sorry, these people are not patriots. They are exactly, and I hate to agree with the Kentucky governor, but these guys were domestic terrorists. They were. You don't have to hate
to agree with that. That's exactly what they were.
I'm just not a big fan of him. He explained it perfectly, but I just don't like agreeing with him. Me and him have our differences, but I'm not going to go down to the state capitol and,
rush the building.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not going to do that because, I have sense and I actually...
And you're also not a terrorist.
Yeah, so, I disagree with about 95% of what my state does and about 99% of what the federal government does. Yet you still see me sitting here in my chair and not, taking tear gas and sticks and batons and trying to break into the capital of my respective state and country just because I disagree with pretty much anything they do. So,
Right.
but it's just you can't call them patriots. I mean, they're not. They're just people who are patriots to me would be people like my brother, my uncles.
Or the people on the outside.
Yes.
That didn't do anything stupid besides protest something they did not believe in, which is fine to me.
Yeah, that's
You're
your First
that's
Amendment right there.
yeah, you're allowed. I have no problem with that. And I feel the same. I don't think the people that burn shit down were terrorists,
Yeah.
but it's two different fucking riots in my opinion. You've got a riot out of hurt and anger,
Mm-hmm.
and then a riot out of following, essentially, in my eyes.
It's. I mean, any
I know I'm bringing up old shit.
I know, but it's just it doesn't matter. I mean, until once you start inflicting harm or damage onto someone else, it's wrong, 100% wrong. There's no excuse for it. There's like, oh, I'm mad. There's no excuse. That person never did anything to you. The people that were protecting the Capitol, which is their job,
right?
They did nothing to you, and yet these people hit them with their batons or whatever they had. They had weapons, and
fire hydrants.
Yeah,
that's one. That was one of the things used to kill that cop.
Yeah, he got hit with a fire hydrant. That guy, there's no reason for that guy to should have died. Now this is going to be kind of controversial. The woman who got shot, I'm sorry, you didn't. I'm not gonna say.
She deserved it. I think she fucked around and found out is is exactly what she did.
That's a better way of putting it. I like that way of putting it because you were told multiple times to stop, and you didn't, and you were on their jurisdiction, and you just can't do that. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for it, like I said before. But he had every right to do what he did, and that's it.
Again, he said fuck around and find out, and she did, and now she's dead.
So, and she's not a patriot.
Also, yeah, and oh shit. Speaking of, fuck that bitch and fuck Tucker Carlson. I'm not a fan of that man ever, but in a speech that he was trying to give on his stupid fucking show, when he was trying to say, like, you people are stupid, why did you do that? He said she wore an American flag around her neck. She fucking didn't. In that video, she was wearing a Trump flag. She is not a patriot. She's a fucking fanboy that died for fucking Trump. That's it. I don't know what happens in the afterlife, but I hope that, like, you have, like, retrospective on whatever the fuck you did in the past, and then, I don't know, better yourself and come out a better person in the other section, because there's a whole lot of looking back that needs to happen for that lady. Because wearing a Trump flag, calling yourself a patriot, first off, I don't know about you, but when I'm going into, like, a video game, I'm not the first one into a door. First one usually gets fucked up. But she was the first one in. And
the way you described it, like, when I play video games, I'm never the first one to enter the room.
Well, yeah, because I'm not storming the Capitol.
Yeah.
So I've never been in that situation. But I don't go first. I'm not the first one in. I'm not. It's just not for me.
I don't like saying that kind of stuff, but it's just, you get what you deserve. That's just what happened. and I don't like seeing anybody, you know, get hurt in any of this. But I mean, you done wrong.
Yeah, you done fucked up. The
So
entire situation. And then seeing the mugshots of these people after is fucking just so delicious.
I think
Because
I think I read one where it's the guy. I think the guy that was sitting in
Nancy
Pelosi.
Pelosi's desk.
Yeah, he got arrested. He's like, I think he said something like, "Did I do something wrong?"
Right. There was a guy that wore his work badge.
Yes. Oh God. Oh my God.
Why? Why? And the funniest fucking thing about the entire situation is, for the most part, it would be really hard to fucking identify you if you wore masks.
True.
So, you know.
Antifa kind of figured that out pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, common knowledge, especially if you're in the military, like I would assume you would know, hide your face.
Yeah.
But these were patriots, so they wanted to be known, wanted to be,
Yeah, they wanted to.
I don't know, go down in history for doing stupid fucking shit.
Do you think that this can? Do you think it's gonna be talked about for years?
Yes.
Do you think that it's gonna be a black thing? Like it's gonna be like the whiskey rebellion and stuff that we
It's gonna
learned?
be what it's gonna be is, in my eyes, it's gonna be exactly a smaller version of the Civil War. Very smaller version, but a smaller version of the Civil War nonetheless.
I wish that
Because
I wish we could take calls and stuff on here, like actually talk.
I'm
to
sure we
people.
could figure it out.
Because like I want to know, like how people can believe in like what happened was like really a good thing. Like
My issue would be, if we were to do something like that, my issue would be we would need somebody that's reasonable and just won't bitch for, you know, because me and you, for example, the reason why this works so well, for the most part, is because we have differing opinions.
difference of
Yet we
opinions.
can, yes, but we can still be friends at the end of the day.
Yeah. But I just want to know. I would like to hear somebody try to explain to me how everything that everything that transpired on Wednesday was okay. I would like to seriously hear somebody's opinion, and so I can have a chance to rebut what they said. Because in my mind, it's never going to be okay what happened. Everything was fine until that first whatever was thrown into the window and that glass broke.
I think everything was fine until they got past the first gate, because they should not have gotten that close.
No.
Granted, I don't know what the fuck was going on there. The videos that I saw where the cops were basically, I mean, I just assume that they just weren't weirdos, and they were like, I don't know, like in support of the cause, and they were just overwhelmed, and the only good thing to do was just let them through.
Yeah. I don't know. I seen that one clip. Excuse me. I seen that one clip that you're referring to, because it kind of looked like they just sidestepped.
Yeah, but there were like 3 officers there, like,
Yeah,
and
it wasn't a very
fucking 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you're shooting to kill. And the other thing is, like, I mean, I don't think at all it should have been a Washington state.
No.
Like, I mean, I don't wish that on anybody.
Yeah.
But there could have been. I mean, when Black Lives Matter was marching down that street, they had the National Guard
Yeah.
on those steps.
Yeah. They were ready.
Why were they not there for this day?
Okay. This is where I'm not making an excuse for it, but from what I've read, the understanding was they were never going to go to the Capitol.
Well, they fucking did.
Well, that's what I'm
So-
saying. So they were going to do that rally in front of the White House, where there was quite a bit
Should
of
have stormed the
security.
White House.
What?
I said should have stormed the White House.
Yeah, that's where the problem is. But
Yeah.
and the security was that was their normal security for when Congress was in session. That's their normal security. And because I think it was, I saw a map online that showed that it was like, because it really isn't far. Because I've walked it. Because
Right.
I've been to DC and we walked all over the National Mall and walked from the White House to the Capitol. It's really not that far, and I just don't think they thought that they were going to go to the Capitol. But as soon as Trump said, "Let's go to the Capitol," I would have thought that would have triggered something in one of the higher ups' mind, because obviously the chief of police or the chief of something there is watching the speech. You would have thought something would have triggered. Well, we better beef up the security at the Capitol now, since he said something about it. I can't remember where it was.
You would have think the National Guard would have gotten a lot sooner, but that didn't happen either.
Because it was turned down.
I know. And who turned it down?
Department of Defense.
Who turned that down?
Yeah, oh yeah, the Trump, yeah.
And who called him out?
Yeah.
Pence.
Yeah.
Pence is the reason why the National Guard showed up.
Just
Honestly, if either one of those two were patriots, obviously it'd be Pence, and I fucking hate that guy.
So you're actually applauding Pence for a change?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Because
do I need to come over and check your temperature? Do I need to make sure that you're still alive?
I mean, the man knew that shit was popping off and ended up doing something about it, as opposed to the guy that incited the entire thing.
Yeah.
We have a few minutes, and I have a very important question for you.
Okay, what's your question?
Is this impeachable?
Yes. 100%.
Okay. God, I love you. This is why we work.
He needs to be out of office. I have completely changed my tone on that because of Wednesday.
Let's hope that it works, because clearly things are getting brought up.
Yeah, and you know how I like to be a differing view, but this is such a big this will be something that I will remember. I don't want to say like 9/11.
This is a story we tell our kids.
Exactly. This is something that will be passed on to people, to younger generation. Do you see what these people did? Don't you ever do that. Ever.
Yeah.
Because that's not what you do. Because there's no reason to do that. Yes,
you're going to end up like that lady that needed help walking down the steps.
So, I don't... And you know me, and I think impeachment is one of the worst things that you can do. But it's so deserving. He needs to go, and he needs to go before.
We'll see how it goes, because
I know next Sunday we're gonna have a lot to talk about, because this week it's gonna be constant news coverage on Congress.
Oh yeah, because they've got a week and a half.
Yeah, and I don't care. Massey, if you love him, Massey, you need to vote him out. Who else we got in there? Who's another representative we got? I can't remember who our representatives are. Oh, he's ours.
Pass through the House.
Yeah.
It's the Senate. Is it going to pass through the Senate?
Well, okay, Rand Paul, come on.
So we'll see. I mean, it's clear to me. Even fucking Lawfer, or is that the Georgia lady's name?
Yeah.
That cunt completely flipped. Day of, she said there's nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
and even one of Trump's biggest defenders in the Senate, Lindsey Graham, he was like...
Yeah, well, okay, let's be real. In 2016, Lindsey Graham was telling Trump to fuck off, and until he got like it was going to win, then he started sucking his dick. Lindsey Graham's also a piece of shit.
True, but still, it just showed how quickly they realized, well, the American people are, they're kind of in charge. We might want to,
Yeah.
so, but it's,
I mean, House and Senate, or yeah, House and Senate are now Democrats. So,
it,
well, they will be.
they will be. Yeah, but the thing is, the people don't understand is why impeach him now? Because if you impeach him now, he can't run in 2024. He doesn't get anything that future
Yeah.
former
No
presidents.
president stuff. He can't. What
He
is it
can't.
called?
He can't hold any elective office.
No, but pardon. He can't pardon himself.
Nope. It needs to
It-
happen.
yeah, it definitely, and you know it's going to be brought up.
Oh.
So I've got my fingers crossed, and I will be watching the news all week, and then Sunday we'll bring it up and we'll fuck off together.
Yeah, I really, I don't hate saying it, but I shouldn't have to. You know, I shouldn't have to. We shouldn't be talking about this. This is not what the country's about. And everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's sunshine." You just make it seem like it's sunshine and rainbow. But no, it's just being a good person. And being
Yeah, well, we shouldn't also have a group of people following Trump when he's basically telling you, fuck everything that's happened. If you don't agree with me, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, you're right. If you don't agree with Trump, you're in the wrong. And that is a very Hitlery thing to do. Like,
It is.
I mean, you follow a single person, it's just the outcome can't be right.
And I hate giving credit to
Me?
yeah. No, I'll give you credit all day, baby. All day. But it like Hillary Clinton, she ran a campaign that was huge. She
Yes.
rallied progressives, and I'm not a huge fan of progressivism, but I like some of the stuff. But and they lost. But they
Yep.
had the decency and respect to say, like, we lost.
Yeah. And you know what the people that were upset about it did?
What?
Her followers, they wore pussy hats. They didn't rush the fucking Capitol.
Yeah.
They wore hats and cried, which is fine. If you're upset about it, that's okay.
Yeah. That just
Just
gives you
another-
even more incentive to
Yeah.
later. Like, we need
But
to
that
take...
doesn't mean you should go out and fucking be a terrorist.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man. It's an amazing, weird, terrible, it's just a freaking amalgam of just things I don't know, man. I mean, I would like to say it's going to get better with Biden, because I guess it can't get any worse, right?
Well, it's just not gonna. It's gonna be so fucking mundane. News corporations are gonna have to find something incredible. Maybe he'll wear a tan suit.
Yeah. And I haven't heard a thing about COVID. Speaking of freaking COVID.
Well, yeah, because it has to be on such a back burner. It is on a whole nother stove.
Yeah. It's like 3 rooms in the back.
Yeah.
Like, nowhere near.
Down the street on your mother's stove.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it is not even close to your house.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But I'll tell you one thing. This has been a great discussion.
Yeah. Next Sunday is going to be wild.
And I mean, this might be the first show that we've had where we completely agreed on almost everything.
Yeah, I am so happy you agreed that he deserves to be impeached.
Were you really thinking I was going to say no?
No, but sometimes I worry.
But I'm a common sense good person, though.
You are, and I don't disagree with that.
So, I mean, I think every common sense good person would say the same thing that we're saying, too.
You would think.
But the Capitol Police, I can't remember what his name was, rest in peace, man. You were doing your duty to protect the thing that represents our country. That guy should be celebrated for everything. He did what was right. They did what was wrong. That simple. So, I don't know, man. It's just, I hope it gets better, but like you said, though, It might just be mundane.
It will be mundane. It'll just be boring as shit.
At least we're gonna have something to think about this week, and we'll be able to bring it up again next Sunday. We'll probably be talking impeachment and all that good drive. So,
I hope so.
we
That'll
will.
be number 2 in his presidency.
Yeah, but I think this one will. If he does,
I just hope it gets past the Senate. They have nobody in the Senate has anything to do. They don't need to wish this guy luck anymore.
yeah.
They don't have to suck his dick. They can literally just call it, and I'm hoping that's the case.
Isn't it only 51 now? It's not 60. Like, isn't
I'm
it?
not sure.
I think it's 51 now to get the. And I'm pretty freaking sure that the lady from Maine and from Alaska, they're thinking goodbye, old Trumpo. So,
Let's hope.
well, we'll see.
We'll see next Sunday.
Yep. Well, I guess that'll end our newest episode of Ghost Babble, which I guess I said earlier was probably one of our best ones. I greatly enjoyed it. So.
Me too.
Alrighty, man. We'll take it easy. We'll bring this all back up and have more to talk about Sunday.
All right.
I'll
I'll
make